Hoping today was an awesome day for each one of you. It was an awesome day for me. I found myself being productive and accomplishing some of the tasks and the goals that I set for myself. But it doesn't end there. Once the work day ends, our real life and all of those dreams that we have and those visions, they start. I know some of you walk during the day at work and all you think about is that dream or that goal that you have for yourself. Some of you want to be business owners. Some of you want to be musicians and artists. Some of you may want to dance. Some of you may want to open up boutiques. But you have a goal, you have a dream, you have a vision on the inside of you. And I need you to continue to do the work. Even if you've been consistent in everything that you've done, there is work that needs to be done. Have you counted the cost? Have you sat down and really calculated what that business is going to cost? Especially in terms of inflation and with the things that we're dealing with at a current basis. Have you bowed down and counted the cost for what it's going to take for you to be successful? See, I want us to chase our dreams. I want us to step out on faith. I want us to trust God and do the things that we were designed and created to do. But we also have to be disciplined in our actions. Okay? That's one of the things that we've talked about several times. We have to be disciplined in our actions, and we just can't go and drop and do all these different things. We have to be disciplined, okay? Instead of operating off of emotions and operating off feelings and just putting something down and just doing something, we want to take a disciplined and more focused approach to accomplishing those things that we set for ourselves. See, some of you have a hard time when somebody asks you what's the next phase or what's the next transition of your life. We have a hard time answering because we've gotten so comfortable with someone else dictating and planning our lives for us. And I know that sounds strange, but that's exactly what we do when we work for people every day, guys. We depend on someone else to make the proper decisions and the proper ideas as they affect what we do, what we bring home, and how we provide for our children. But these things are not be so. We have to take hold, take the reins, make the decisions for our own families because it's so important. What happens when the job decides to downsize? What happens when they phase out product lines and you're not included any longer? What will you do in those moments when things get difficult? When you have the opportunity that you may lose everything that you have, how do you respond to these situations is the question that I pose today, because we have to become intentional with our decision making, with our goal setting, and with our actions. Because every day is not going to be sunshine and rain. There's going to be some joy, but there's also going to be some pain. There's going to be some things that we have to go through to get to the promised land. And the promised land is beautiful. It is spacious. It is sunny. It is fruitful. It is prosperous. It is multiple, but we have to get there. And that's all a part of the grind. We have to become individuals who grind every single day, even when we get tired, even when we get frustrated, even when we find ourselves distressed. We have to continue to grind, to press forward, to attain a lifestyle, to attain these ideals, to attain these provisions that we have for ourselves and that we think about on a daily basis. We have to start grinding. And it has to be consistent. There are so many people who are going to give up on you and walk away during this journey. They're going to throw their hands up and walk away from you on this journey. Why? Because once you choose to be authentic, once you choose to say how you really feel, once you choose to demonstrate how you really feel and how you really think, a lot of people will break away and walk away from you. Because it doesn't mirror what they've been taught or what you've been taught. It doesn't look like, the design doesn't fit what you've been taught and the way you've been instructed your whole life. See, average and ordinary never looked good on you. You just convince yourself that it does. Playing small, being a part of the game, going along with everything that everyone else wants you to do, thinking and saying the same things that everyone else wants you to say and do has never fit you. You've always found it depressing to listen to people struggle. You've always found it hard to listen to that. And you've always wanted to come up with ways to help people get out of situations. But you never did. Because as you continue to grow, as you continue to mature in this life, you've been told what you could do and what you could not do. You've been told what will be beneficial for you, what will be prosperous for you, what career path you needed to take. All of these things were told to you. You were directed in these areas of your life. But that passion that you have has never left and has never wavered. You just allowed it to get quiet. And when you're at the peak, when you're at the height of your success in whatever field or endeavor that you're undertaking, you feel it rising up and you stifle it as fast as you can. Because when you reach a certain level of success, when you start to gather accoutrements, when you start to get all of these tangible things that are supposed to reflect success, you ultimately recognize that you're not happy and what you really want, you're not chasing. And that's all of us. There are things that all of us desire to be doing right now and that we desire to do 10, 15 years ago, and it hasn't left you. Because that's ultimately the thing that you should be chasing. And tell me this. If you spend the rest of your natural life chasing it and you never attained it, will it be worth it? I say yes. Because in those moments is when you finally start to live, when you finally start to breathe, when you finally start to move, when you're chasing that thing that you desire to do and not what everyone else wants you to do. That's what the grind is all about. That's what dreams are all about. That's what passion is all about. You feel alive when you do that thing that you're passionate about. And it doesn't matter whether you make $1 off of it. Because there is an understanding that there is an individual waiting to hear your story. He is not going to move. She is not going to be driven. They're not going to be motivated. They're not going to be inspired by anyone but you. And they're waiting to hear your voice. They're waiting to hear your story. They're waiting to hear your testimony. They're waiting to see you be propelled to the top so you can provide an example of what it takes in your own way. The secret to being inspirational is being able to speak in a language that somebody can grab a hold to. It's not about talking over their heads. It's not about being sophisticated, but it's about being real. It's about being authentic. It's about being your true self and connecting with other people. They don't have to look like you. They don't have to talk like you. They don't have to dress like you, but they can have the same passion on the inside of them that you have. And that's what I came to say to you today. Stalk your passion. Push fear to the side. Stalk your passion. Stalk it with everything that you have in you. Chase your passion. Dream about your passion. Write about your passion. But most importantly, get active in pursuing your passion. Never let anyone stop you. Never let any circumstance stop you. Never let any situation stop you. Not finances, not age, not time, not circumstance. Don't allow anything to stop you from chasing your passion and becoming the person that you know you can become. Because it's meant for you and it's meant for me, but we have to get out there and get it. No one is going to give it to us. No one is going to hand it to us. It's not going to drop in our laps. You're not going to get a single email that's going to change your life. You got to go out and get it. We got to create situations. We got to create opportunities. And once we create those opportunities, we got to step into them and give it everything that we absolutely have on the inside of us. Woo! We have to do it. I love you. I appreciate you. It's time for us to grind. I'm the community elder, Robert Tate. Peace.